Hey Divas, welcome or welcome back. It's your girl Keisha here with another video. If this is your first time clicking on my videos, on this channel we talk about cash stuffing, sinking funds, budgeting, any and all things money, to make money and to keep our money and to help our money grow. So today I'll be closing out the month of January. I'm preparing for the month of February. So if that sounds like something you want to see, then stay tuned. All right, Divas. Well, you guys watched me set up January's budget. So it's only right that I close it out with you to kind of see how well I did and really understand, how to use the 90-day workbook. That's what we're working out of today, the 90-day budget workbook that I created. It's on Amazon, linked down below. So as you can see here, I did start going in and filling in some of the amounts. As charges start hitting my account throughout the month, I'll just come in here and put the actual numbers in. But I did leave a few empty so that we can kind of fill it in together, and we can just go through that. So what I do, here are all my weekly expenses, my budget paychecks. As you can see, everything in blue is what I budgeted. Everything in red is the actual number, the actual amount. But more importantly is, here goes my expense trackers. I use the highlight method where I highlight each category, so just easier for me to see where I'm actually spending my money. But this is the main page that keeps me in line, or kind of captures all the information. So every week I'll come in, all my categories are listed here, and every week I'll just come in and fill in how much I spent in that particular category. So I already went ahead and started totaling out pretty much all of the categories here. I didn't total out my income. Let me just go ahead and get that one done. Okay, now that is complete. So then what I'll do now is I'll just come back here, reference this total, this monthly total column, and go back to my monthly budget and just kind of fill in the numbers. So like I mentioned, I started filling in some, but I figured I'd just do the rest with you guys. So like for gas, I'll come here, I spent gas $133.04. And you see, I actually budgeted $240. That's actually less than I expected. I didn't do any maintenance on the car. We didn't get the oil change that I thought I was going to do. Car insurance, I paid $215.40. And so forth and so on. So let me go ahead and finish this all up, and I'll get right back with you in a sec. Okay, so I pretty much filled everything in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add up each category and see if I'm missing anything as it compares to what I actually spent in my monthly total. It's like my housing lines up exactly. I'm gonna come back to debt because I think I have one more payment that hasn't come out yet that I need to make. So I'm gonna wait on that category. Now for my pets, for my dog, we started her on the wellness program, but this $160 also included the medication and everything she received that day. So it's not going to be $160, $65 every time. It just happens to be that this month I didn't feel like breaking it out. So that's what I have in there for that. Let's go into our savings and investments. I came in a little short with my savings and investments. That's because I had other expenses. So I still did well with, $2,300, but my goal was $3,800. Now for my kids, it wasn't just on clothing, it was some other random stuff I got my kids too. So we can just add up what's happening over here. $18. My husband bought like a sauna suit or something like that I did categorize under wellness. So this all matches up. Girl, listen, I need to know where my money is going, all right? I hope this doesn't seem too overwhelming for you. You don't have to get to this level of detail if you don't want to. But for me, The details are so important. 93. This category, I'll come through at the end and show you like which one really messed me up. I spent $71 more in subscriptions than I accounted for. I mean, $71.12. Okay, so now that we have everything filled in, let's just go ahead and total it all up and see if how far we were along or on track or whatever. So, girl, I'm not gonna know the total until I do this. Let me get to it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with the debt, I am just gonna go ahead and total it out. Okay, so we have our income, we have all our expenses. Let's see how we did overall. So this is what I had in my expenses, $16,881.16. Let's go ahead and just subtract. Okay, so I should have a rollover of $25.85.33 starting February, okay? So when I do my February setup, we'll see how close that number is and if I'm on track. It's coming over here. I did fill this out silently, so these are like my W-2 incomes, quote unquote. So this is the money I typically would get. We would get in the month. Everything else here below that are things that I don't know what the numbers are exactly going to be. One of our streams of income is that we are day traders. So just depending on how the market's moving and if we make withdrawals, etc., will determine how much we receive. I also sell stuff like on Poshmark and just random things like that. So that's what this number comes in at. You see, we had used some sinking funds this month. We had our HOA sinking funds and I had a waste management. And then I started the month with $2,200 as my rollover. So for this month, we were working with $19,466. So coming back here, my HOA, we had, I budgeted $900. I only had $420 towards it in my sinking fund, so I had to pay the rest. My eyebrows, I budgeted $500, but I actually spent $520. I had 2 birthdays this month, so I budgeted $200, but I only spent $93.13. We took our mini trip to Miami. I budgeted $1,700, and we came in way below, which I'm so grateful for, at $1,441.93. Back to my goals this month. I want to pay off $1,000 in debt. I would say I did. I budgeted $1,200, and I actually paid $860. So I would say not as much as I would have. No, I didn't pay off an additional $1,000 in debt. Okay, but still did well. I earned an additional $1,000 selling products, earned $200 a week. So I did sell some books this month. Thank you so much for those of you who have supported me and really, went out and bought these books and the savings challenges. But with Amazon and Etsy, I'm still trying to figure out how I get paid with that. So I actually didn't receive that income. So the additional income was there. So I would say I met that as well. And the credit, girl, I did not even get to that. So I did not get that done. Okay. This one is like, yes and no. I would say that's how I did. So I did sell the products and I did earn an average $200 per week. So I would say that. Okay. So my monthly recap, I'm just going to say, great start. I do want to go over some of these expenses that I really feel a little bad about. Clothing, I totally went overboard. Okay, this is something I really got to manage in February. And this is not even kids' clothes. This is like me. Okay, this is like mainly all me right here. I think I might have bought my husband a couple things, but it was so many sales going on, girl. And so this one I really got to do better for next month. Another area where I went over that I wasn't planning was holiday, another thing. So my husband did buy me one Valentine's Day gift out of this. So this $200 of that is a Valentine's Day gift. But again, the holidays, they had so much decor and things like that for preparing for next holiday season. Now, I could have taken it out my Christmas sinking fund, but I'm just building that up, so I don't have a sinking fund really to dip into that. So I did go over in that area as well. Another area I need to pay attention to is my subscriptions, girl. I mean, I was totally under budget here, totally under budget. So even last night talking to my husband, we were looking at some of these charges that came out. So we really have to be mindful of these subscriptions because that's way more than I anticipated to pay. Another thing that I didn't get a chance to do is I underspent in my basement, which is a bad thing for me because I'm really trying to get my basement finished in this first quarter. So I was hoping to get more stuff done this month, but February we should be knocking that out of the park. Another area where I think I'm really proud of myself with the eating. You know, groceries was something that I typically tend to go over. So overall, I think we did well in that category. And of course, it's always a good thing when I pay off more debt than I anticipate paying. And I would just like to, you know, hit my savings goals. So every place I have an asterisk next to is a place that I will come back and revisit when I'm working on my February budget, because I really need to be mindful of those things. So back to my recap, like I said, it was a great start. Review areas I overspent. Refocus on 90-day goals. Because when I'm thinking about buying something, I need to go back and refocus on these 90-day goals and these goals that I established for myself. So I believe we are all set. You should have seen the sinking funds savings challenges update. So I did go ahead and close out the month and see how well I did for the month. So I feel really good about what I've done with my sinking funds and savings challenges. I do have one thing I do want to do. Don't want to make the video too long, but I do want to go ahead and just empty my wallet for the week. I didn't get to do that. I did already, you know, figure out how much I spent, but I didn't get to actually pull the money out and put it aside and where it needs to go. So we can just quickly do that here and we can end the video there. So for groceries, $175, and I believe I budgeted $180. Nope, I budgeted $170. So I am over budget in groceries this week by, you know, $5 or so. So this $2 will go to my credit card, okay? Dining out, you can see I spent the entire thing, but I budgeted $40, so I should really keep $20. I'm taking this $2 back from my dining out. I hope that makes sense. I budgeted $40 and I spent $38. We're just rounded up. So I'm just gonna keep that $2. Household, I spent $246, but I did budget $300 because I know I wanted to get some stuff in my basement. Yes, I did budget $246. I budgeted $300 and I spent $246. That means all of this money I get to keep as rollover. And I did come in under budget. Okay, so we'll just put that here. Okay. Personal, this is my allowance, so I get to keep that. It's my money. Beauty, I have nothing in here. Kids, this week I spent $55 and I budgeted $120. I thought I was gonna have to pay for some things, but it's not due until next month, so there'll be a next month's budget. So I budgeted 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. 120 minus, let's call it $56, so $64. So I get to keep $64. 10, 20, 60. And I owe myself $4. So I'm gonna take this 5, give myself back the $1. So 20, 40, 60 goes to my card. Okay, hope that's all making sense. Fun, we've exhausted that. Starbucks, we spent that. Miscellaneous, I did spend $10 in miscellaneous, so this goes to my card. Gas. Girl, I spent $10 in gas this week. Praise the Lord, right? I don't know. I guess we just haven't been going places. So I budgeted $60 for gas, and I get to keep $50. So do I have change here? Let me see if I have 2 tens here. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna make change out of this. Okay, so I get to keep $50. This 10 has to go. And I get to keep this. Okay, and then giving, I'm just gonna always keep in my wallet. I'm not gonna roll it over and do anything. I'll keep it for the next time. Okay. And then I'm just gonna put this to the side. Then I have my savings challenge binder here. So this I get to keep. I'm gonna add it to what's already in here. Let's see how much we have together. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 76, 77. So 177 divided by 2, $88. So if you're new here, anytime I have rollover, I put it towards my savings challenges, but I put half of that towards debt because I'm really trying to tackle debt as well. So 88, 85, 20, 60, 80. So this is 90. Let me get some change out of here. Girl, you don't even have no change in here. We'll just take this $5 back. Okay, we'll keep this $5. That's fine. Okay, so this is why I didn't want to really close out the debt category, because I would like to make the payment this month in January. So I might go back and alter that, you know, off camera and make the payment. Let's see. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 271. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and make this payment offline. So now all of this goes to my rollover. And before I get tripped up, okay, I'm gonna take these fives, 1, 2, 3, 4. Before I get tripped up, I'm gonna take these fives. So 20, I'm gonna put the rest of these in here. And I'm gonna put these fives in my $5 savings challenge, okay? Because I am always messing up that part. Well, not always, I messed up last time and I don't wanna do it again. I'm not gonna worry about coloring it in right now. I'm just gonna put it in my $5 challenge, and I'll catch up with coloring it in when I do my savings challenge stuffing in February. Okay, and then the last thing here for this, 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 11, 12, 13. 113 is going back to my bank account to pay my card. Okay. Well, Divas, that was it. I hope it wasn't too confusing and complex. Closing out the budget can be a little messy, but is a necessity just to see how well you did on your budget. Like, it makes no sense to do all that prep work in the beginning of the month if you're not gonna like go back at the end and actually see if what you did was on track, if you need to adjust a little bit. So I'm glad we went ahead and closed the budget out. So if you haven't done so already, girl, go ahead and subscribe. We talk real numbers over here, budgeting, cash stuffing. You saw a little bit all of that today, and I will see you in the next one. So have an amazing day. Later.